Fly, my ghosty, fly. There's an S rank. There's an S rank. Punch. Punch. Hit. Ah, so this is Pale Rider. My game is lagging because I'm trying to pull up stuff. Like, holy heck, I'm lagging really bad. Yeah, so that was Pale Rider. I was lagging horribly. Whew. I need to go do a thing. Okay. So that's not the reason I came here, but I looked and I was like, wait a second. Okay. Gotta get back up to the... Get where I was actually trying to go. Hey there, folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In the last part, we did Sophia, and Great Google Library Hard, and now we have a already dying Pale Rider because a group was killing it. So Pale Rider, S rank of Dravanian Hinterland, spawns randomly after you complete a treasure map in this area. And it's easy to snipe, also a pain in the butt to spawn. So, in a way, I'm glad I saw it. It's really annoying that it was up like that. And that a group was gonna just kill it and not report it. So, let me, close this up that I had to open for... Anyways. The Coral and the Colossus. Ah, adventure. You come at an opportune moment. It would seem we have a visitor. I was pacing about thinking of round rocks when something in the shadows drew my eye. I caught only a brief glimpse, but it bore an uncanny resemblance to Quick Thinks' constant companion. Shinoa, was it? Well, if the Coral's here, there's a good chance her Illuminati keepers are close by. We best track her down and quickly follow me. Alright, where are we going? I also need to clear that up. Wait, what? Oh, right there. Barely see the marker. Just as I thought, it is Shinoa. Or is it? One coral kitten looks much like, but it's much the same as another, and she doesn't seem to have brought any of her friends. Over there. Uplanders, what are all these snap crashings in? And the Illuminati spy sit by quick things to observe our movements, like as not. Given the sizable disadvantage at which we find ourselves, we thought it best to relieve him of duty. He spent his final moments babbling about all of the Illuminati's deranged schemes, claimed that once the final core was activated and Alexander fully operational, the fortress would gain the power to travel through time, taking them along with it. I seemed quite convinced that Quick Thinks was a prophet of sorts, a traveler from the future come to the present to return history to its proper state. And that's not the half of it. According to him, the battle for history has already been won, and not by us. For the future is written in the Enigma Codex, and we but play our part, play out our roles in it. Quick Thinks, a traveler from the future? That would certainly explain how he was able to anticipate our every move. But could it be that he has already conquered the world of tomorrow? Have all our efforts been in vain? Bah! Tell tongue flaps of crazed Illuminati make brain case hurt. Backricks would speak of different subject. What brings Uplander back to shortstop? Having settled upon the plan of action, Sid and I were in the process of making our final preparations with Master Matoya when this kitten scampered in, mewing as if to beckon us. We duly followed her, and she led us here, much to the dismay of the fellow at our feet. I'm not one to look a gift coral in the mouth, but something about all of this doesn't sit right with me. She's thinking that Quick thinks his side and make that on his bloody head every step of the way, and now she decides to try her keepers? If the cat could speak our tongue, I would have a question or two for her, mayhaps even 3. Ugh, I can't believe I'm even considering this, but then it wouldn't be the strangest thing I've heard today. You there, cat! You're Shanoa. Quick thinks it's a little familiar, aren't you? 2 mews for yeah, 1 for nay. Mew mew! Did she truly? Do you want to go home? Mew. 7 hells! I think the bloody verbal might actually understand us! But that doesn't mean we can trust her. For all we know, she could be here to do her master's dirty work. A moment, Uplanders. Tongue flaps of Roundrox come to Backrix's brain case. 3 years ago, when Roundrox found Codex Splinterstone, Roundrox says Black Coral Child is there on looking. Backrix thinks nothing of us then, but now... You mean to imply that Shanoa was present when we attempted the summoning? I very much doubt that. If she were a kitten 3 years ago, she would be a fully grown coral by now. Unless, that is, she took a shortcut through time. An implausible theory, I grant you, but one we cannot, dismiss in light of recent events. If true, it would raise a still more troubling possibility that Roundrox's discovery of the Codex was no mere coincidence, but an event orchestrated by Quick Things to further his own ends. Oh, this just gets better and better. Look, whatever's going on here, we're not like to find out by standing around talking. We need to delve deeper into that fortress. And as luck would have it, Wedge claims his latest invention will allow us to do just that. I sent him and Biggs on ahead to the Maker's Quarter to perform their final test. Meet them there when you're ready. I'll join you as soon as my own preparations are complete. To travel back in time and to pass wrongs or right, who can resist such temptation, and how grave is the consequences of surrendering to it? For in allowing the past to consume us and making our every choice, our every action the correct one, will we not cease to live in the present and in turn lose sight of the future? This is a path not to redemption but to madness. Oh, this way. I'm like, not up there. Oh, here. I see. Ah, Arya, all fired up and ready to go, are we? Then I best hurry up and brief you on the task at hand. In a nutshell, we'll be attacking the Primal in 2 fronts. As we speak, Y'shtola is leading an attempt to cut off the Primal source of ether. Our job, meanwhile, will be to head into the belly of the beast and rescue young Roundrox without her to view the Enigma Codex for him. The Illuminati won't be able to turn back time anymore, giving us a fighting chance of beating the bastards. The chief reckons that the shortest path is through the giant's great fat noggin, the only problem being that it's inside the barrier. Not to worry though, Widget's latest wonder will take care of that. He's dubbed it the BBG2, which he tells me is short for Barrier Be Gone. Of course, the barrier doesn't seem to serve to keep folk out. It also doesn't just serve to keep folk out, it also keeps the Primal in. That being why Might and her mates raised the bleeding thing in the first place. So the moment it goes down, there'll be nothing to stop the Colossus from running rampant if it has a mind to. Which means we're going to need to move fast. The chief will take the Excelsior in as close as he can to Alexander's head, where you'll jump off and secure us a way in. Wasting no time, you'll then climb back aboard and Wedge will re-engage the barrier. All before our metal friend even knows what's happening. Got it? Good. Because we've got a record cut out for us. Let's get going. The eyes of the creator is now accessible. The canal maker's entrance quarter. Oh yeah. It's now here. For this tier. Anyway, eyes of the creator. So, we are not going to low man this one. We just aren't. Nope. Not happening. Oh dear God. What? Okay, so yeah, we are doing this with the full group, so hopefully pulling fast doesn't happen. I may have to bust out the macro. I probably should. I really don't want to. Alright, time to deactivate the barrier. The smoke's too thick, can't see a damn thing. You have to press on alone. I'm hitting the macro. They clearly have no intention to wait for anyone. Yeah, zero intention. They're rushing forward. So, trash balls! And we're jumping up. We have to get to the top, right? Didn't quite deliver us all the way to the top. Thankfully, there's some steam. Very convenient right there, huh? Very convenient. So, it wouldn't be a first tier of Alexander without a Faust, right? It wouldn't be. So, not really much to say about this boss that hasn't been said about previous boss. Not really, you know? So, seriously, it's like nothing, it seems like. Guess that's normal though. Nice little AoE. And once it's down, the cranial hatch will appear. Once the cranial hatch is examined, we have our cutscene for the boss, and I'm waiting for the will be sealed off in 10 seconds. Oh, that looks lovely. That looks very, very lovely. Okay. On that note, let's jump into the life support section. You would think with how the cutscene was, we would have gone in already. So anyways, this is Refurbisher 0. So the tank is going to want to drag it all the way around, and I'm going to want to tab out of the dang window. And you'll see also a bunch of gauges on the right here. Don't worry about them. Not too much anyway. So this is basically kind of teaching you the mechanics of this particular area. Preparing reusable materials. So these power generators are going to drop. Ideally, the off tank is going to drop the power generator onto the ones that aren't already on the sinking material area. And we need to kill that. And also this, I guess. You don't actually have to wake up the one that's already there. It's just going to sink in. You really, really don't want to be behind the tank because there's a nasty clonal attack it does pretty often. I'm actually going to make my way all the way over here. Annoyingly, this does have positionals. Really, really annoyingly. So this is why you need to make sure it's going to stockpile. And you don't want it to stockpile That's kind of what the initial bit was kind of teaching you, is that everything on the ground is going to stockpile up. So these rocks are going to drop. It drops quite close enough. If you're not behind one of those rocks, you will get a concussion, which is just going to do a bunch of damage over time. So our next round of enemies is about to come up. It's going to be 3 of them, so roll 3s. Go ahead, take them out. I'm currently dashing over to Refurbisher here. I don't know why people pull these a little bit away from it. You can have them right next to it. And, alright. So obviously you do not want to be in those pits when they drop, because if you are, you will get burned. Which, that's very, very kindly showed us for us there. So that burn is actually really nasty. So Scrapline is going to be a, like, almost entire arena attack. The tank can just eat the main tank, but otherwise everyone else will not want to eat it. And now we have a proximity AoE, because this is like your main kind of test, I guess. You want to pull this thing to either this one or the one I was just on. You not want to keep it where it spawned unless you can kill it immediately. As long as it dies on one of these, you're fine. That one can work, but it's really, really iffy. Nice. I wasn't counting those behind it. Dang it. Alright, so now it's going to drop into the fire, and it's going to go away. So yes, that concussion can be Yasuna, and I really wish the tank would turn this. Ideally, the main tank holds it between, like, stays, basically rides a line. And they aren't riding the line very well. So eventually, after this whole Foss thing goes down, there's going to be another round of power generators, and you'll have to pull them around. And yeah. But that's Refurbisher! That's Alexander Tier 9. That fight, if you have one tank that doesn't know what they're doing, because both tanks need to know their role. If you have one tank that doesn't know what they're doing, it is an absolute disaster. If you have one healer that doesn't know what they're doing, absolute disaster. You can get away with a DPS or two not knowing what they're doing, but the tank and healer, especially the tank, also you need to make sure you walk back here to get the whole map, especially the tank needs to know what they're doing in that fight, and if they don't, they need to say something. They need to say, hey, what do I do? Because it is just non-negotiable. Tank has to know what you're doing in that fight, because you have to know where to tank it, and you have to know how to do the power generators. The main tank cannot be doing the power generators, because if you're hit, you drop the power generator right where you were standing. Fine work, gold friend. Thanks to you, we have our way in. Stay where you are. We're coming. But first, now that you're clear, we had best get that barrier back up before the big fellow gets restless. Wedge, ready the BBG-2 and reactivate the barrier on my mark. Mark! Conveniently, the head is poking out. Yeah, so that fight can just go south really fast if you just have a tank that doesn't know what they're doing and not willing to learn. Excellent timing, Ishtola. Arya has done it. We have a clear path into the heart of the beast. Good. 'Tis a relief to hear that at least one side of the operation proceeded according to plan. The same may not be said of the other. Our efforts to cut off the primal source of ether proved wholly ineffective. Quite why, I cannot say, though I am hopeful that one among us can. What, Mide? On the basis that she summoned the damn thing, you mean? I think you'd better explain. Like all primals, Alexander constantly draws ether from its surrounding, both to sustain itself and to gain in strength. Master Matoy and I believe we could disrupt, or at least, at the very least, inhibit the process by means of Arcanuma. Yeah. By creating a vast, impassable etheric membrane between the primal and the land from which it drinks which is why the old witch had me place those infernal devices of hers in every nook and cranny of this place. Are you telling me they don't work? Yes and no. As far as we can tell, the Arcanuma are functioning precisely as intended, and yet, for reasons we've been able to ascertain, they have no measurable effect on the primal. Alright, out with it, Mide. If there's anything you haven't told us, we need to hear it now. We are running out of options. I fear it will not avail us, but very well. It all began with a curious encounter in my younger days. I was out playing on my own one day when a stranger appeared before me. He told me anything my heart wished for could be mine, if I but heeded his words. In my youth, I did not fully comprehend what the man was proposing at the time. Nevertheless, his words seemed to burn themselves in my very soul. Reunite the scattered shards of the Enigma Codex, he said, and perform the sacred rite before the ruins that yet stand strong against the river's flow. Then, and only then, shall your hopes and dreams become reality. With that, he handed me a relic, a horn with the tip of metal, which seemed so foreign as to hail from another world. It would serve as a catalyst for the summoning, he explained. A gift from your friend Travenshun. And then he was gone. Travenshun? I know the man. Our paths crossed during my time in Limsa, the days before the calamity. I might have guessed that the Ascians had a hand in this. The horn of which you speak was once rumored to reside on Seal Rock. It is a lost relic of the ancients, with the power to manipulate the etheric energy in the very air around us. The Silence have long pursued the horn, fearing the devastation that might ensue were an artifact of such power to fall into the wrong hands. Finally, I do begin to see. If I have the right of it, Alexander's third core is using the horn to draw ether from far and wide. It's little wonder our plan failed. Even without moving an ilm, the primal possesses the means to drain not just this land of ether, but our very star. Then our course is clear. If the old witch's magic won't avail us, we shall just have to go inside and dismantle the core the old-fashioned way. Indeed, yet we must be wary. We have seen the course of time reverse once before. We may well see it again. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Even should we succeed in destroying our target, there's not to prevent the Illuminati from simply returning the stricken core to its previous state. Aye, they are free to turn back the clock again and again, the primal growing stronger all the while. So what do we do then? We can't just give up! No, we press on. Lest we forget, controlling Alexander requires the Codex, and the Codex is but a useless piece of stone without the mind of the gaudy girl. We can rescue Roundrox, quick things will have no way to flip the hourglass. The Circle of Knowing once tasked me with recovering the horn, and 'twas through mine own negligence that Travenshun acquired it. That it now endangers our world is my responsibility. Even were I not a scion, I should do all in my powers to make amends. Whatever assistance I can offer, it is yours. Then it begins. I'll send words to our friend in Isleshire. Biggs, Wedge, ready Excelsior. Arya, prepare for departure. Let Operation Rescue Roundrox commence. Wait. Wait. Seeing double. Seven hells! It wasn't enough that those Illuminati lunatics had to play a time machine, was it? No, it had to be a time machine with the power to destroy the whole damn world. I mean, I'm used to the future of Eorzea being at stake, but this is the future, past and present, all rolled into one. We have to get Round Rocks out of there before those gobbies can put any more of their crazy schemes into motion. Speaking of gobbies, have you talked to old Backricks lately? Turns out the kitten you met wasn't Shinoa after all, just a doppelganger. He's already taken the little furball back to the shortstop and given it a name, Schrödinger, however you pronounce it. Anyway, I best be heading back that way myself. See you there, Arya. You mean Schrödinger? Biggs and Wedge's excellent adventure! Ready to head back into the belly of the beast, Arya? Alright, let's get this rescue mission off the ground. First, some good news. While the barrier was down, we were able to get our first good look inside Alexander's innards. Far as we can tell, Rondrax is being held captive in what seems to be the central control chamber of the whole Colossus, called, helpfully, Central Control. As to how to reach it, do you remember when you infiltrated Midas? There was that cavernous room with a dirty great city in it? Well, we spotted one of those floating platforms which goes back and forth between there and the place we need to go. The quickest route to the city is straight through the giant's head. You go in through the hatch you opened for us last time. Take care of any guards and secure the platform I mentioned. Meanwhile, the chief and the others will be making their way to you via Midas, after setting out in advance to sweep the place for any nasty surprises. Once you've all rendezvoused, it'll be time to storm the control room. Let me and Wedge take a little diversion. Got all that? Good. Well, let's crack some Illuminati skulls. The breath of the Creator is now accessible. Yeah. Let's queue it up. Oh, that made me jump a little bit. Okay. Now the things are actually responsive. Or not. How is neither tank responding? Alright, so Breath of the Creator, typical trash nonsense at the start here. And you didn't think we were done with these yet, did you? No, we're done actually after this. So there's gonna be one enemy back here, and there's gonna be two enemies over this way. I probably should have gone the other way, but no, I went that way. I committed. I had to go with it. Of course, our path forward is that way, so you know. You can see our enemies coming in on the right. They're coming in hot. Some Boom-Tech Magitech Godwalkers. Exhaust vents. Let's go. I'm gonna do that before the cutscene starts because I'm gonna be locked into that. Revolutiinator! So this is Lame Brick's Strike Box. So you're gonna notice a few buttons on the ground. Ideally, the tank is not going to tank it near said buttons. Or we're gonna tank it here. But you can tank it here too. That's cool. So yes, there are buttons on the ground. We do not want to press these buttons. Buttons bad. Oh gosh, I'm getting like blocks in my ears out here. Yeah, buttons very bad. This is gonna be a funnel onto that person. Which, of course, just hits like 10 billion people. And, of course, buttons bad! So, the boss is unfortunately going to hit the buttons themselves. So that's what that button does. It makes these little ice things shoot out from the sides. And now when he has his barrier up, we need to go hit this steamroller. So also, you don't want to be on the little sides there. You get electrocuted and paralyzed, and it's really nasty. Also, you did not want to have a tank cover you right there, or you will die. I've had it happen. Paladin has covered me right there, and I died horribly. Yeah, this is just a DPS race, essentially. If you fail the DPS race, death. So that dancer is, like, very scarily close. Alright, back to Lame Bricks. So far, so good on the buttons. Oh, God. That was a little heart attack. The rush job is Tank Buster. Hurts a little bit. Oh, no. Single charge. I believe this is the one where you want to be. Out! I remembered it too late. Yeah, so you figure out which one is which by the icon on top of his head. I remembered which was which a little too late. That's all it was. Alright, so this one, the circle, you want to be in for this particular one. Otherwise, you, again, get knocked back into the nasty. But this is like the best group I've ever seen for buttons. Holy heck. I may actually have to explain them if the boss doesn't start hitting them. The rush job against Tank Buster. Really hurts. You'll want to give Lame Bricks toys! Lame Bricks likes toys, so this is where he's gonna send out saws at us! So you have to be in the right spots. Where the Queen Tank is one good spot, where over where the Light Mage there is another good spot. I'm gonna actually have to explain the buttons, aren't I? Excellent. I am gonna have to explain the buttons. I am quite honestly shocked. Wow. Literally the best group I've ever seen in terms of those buttons. One always gets hit accidentally multiple times. Without fail. Seriously, what the heck? Plonk. So yeah, I have to explain buttons. Excellent! I'm so excited. Alright. I'm gonna do this quick so I don't have to deal with loot. I should probably deal with loot because there's like no one left here. Pass. 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 So this middle button, you're gonna see these spike balls up above us. Press that. And the spike balls are going to hit down basically where the buttons are. Your safe spots are going to be right in between the buttons. And then this one is going to bring up the spikes on the floor you see here. You will get bound in place and start taking a damage over time effect. And that's Alexander 10. Now we're into the fun tiers. Yeah, no, those weren't the fun tiers. Now we're into the fun tiers. Excellent work, old friend. That platform is our shortcut to the heart of the machine. All seems quiet on our front, so 7 hells! We've got company. you are, Arya. We were met by a small welcoming party, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. Biggs and Wedge just contacted me as well. They're headed here as we speak. Round rocks. So this is the Enigma Codex. Oh gosh. And that must be the third and final core. 12, have mercy if you could see but the volume of ether issuing from it. Yes, much swirly bright. Time wings can spread. Travel to overtimes. Make bad things good again. Could it be? Do we truly have the power to change the past? I could erase my mistakes. I could see him again. 3 years ago. My lost dear one. My once dear one back, yes. Round rocks. Round rocks helps mind. Round rocks, no! You must save your strength. Mind worries too much. Round rocks is strong, Gobby. Uplanders, hold on to brain cases. Time wings spread. Seven hells! Has the girl gone mad? Stop this, Round Rock! Stop, I say! Biggs, where are we? Why is everything spinning? Biggs, Wedge, can you hear me? Round Rocks has engaged Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurtling into the past. Where? What? Don't mind that part, I had to report an inappropriate name. Biggs, over there! You're not gonna believe this! Eh? What's my doing down there with those? Hold on, they're performing the summoning ritual. Bugger me! We really are in the past! seven hells. Someone's taking control of the Colossus. Hold tight. I think it's about to go berserk. Damn it all, this isn't right. We must abort the summoning quickly, Maid. The seal. I had no! What is Mel-making Kitten doing? It would seem we are back in our own time. Past is made right, and we return to now times. Treasure hunters' friends die. As it is writ, as it must be. Uplanders Star Quick thinks well today. Uplanders are not grasping meaning. Quick Thinks breaks into bitty pieces, fits in Uplanders' tiny brain cases. Time is flat, round shape. All things Uplanders and Gobbies did, are doing, and will do. Doings happen over and over and over again for all times. So when Maid and her friends attempted to summon Alexander 3 years ago, what they actually saw was us traveling back in time? But that's madness. Time is an endless circle. My failure, my pain, my suffering was all doomed to unfold like this from the very beginning? Let us away, quickly. Maid must hurry! No, nothing remains for me out there. My future, my past, my reason for being, it all ended before it ever began. Maid! Oh, hey, look. You arrived at the Vista. Chief, Ishtola, and Rothrox! Gods, I've never been so bloody glad to see you. I thought we'd never make it back in one. Wait, where's Mide? Mide stays behind in giant whirly cogs, all because of Roundbox. Roundbox must go back to giant of whirly cogs. Save Mide! You leave that to us, child. Wedge, get Jessie on that link pro and tell her to bring the Excelsior around. Though I don't much care for the answer, we finally know the truth behind the events of that day 3 years past. The Illuminati masterminded the massacre, and through some ungodly trick of time, it was us that brought them there to do the deed. What about Mide? The only thing keeping her going was the hope that her beau's soul lived on in the machine. But seeing what happened to the poor bastard... we witnessed the truth with our own eyes, sucked into the core of the Colossus to sate the Primal's appetite. If aught remains of him, it is no more than heat and light. Thus spake Quickthings. Quickthings says the future's already been writ, eh? That we're fighting a losing battle? Well, we've got a thing or two to say about that, don't we, Arya? Roundrox is safe with us, which means the Illuminati won't be turning back time on us anymore. That's not all. Thanks to your efforts, we've got ourselves a straight path to the third and final core. The very heat of the Colossus. Pull it out of action and the whole thing will grind to a halt. Let's go, Arya. We'll show the Illuminati that the future's yet to be decided. And save Mide while we're at it. The heart of the creator is now accessible. I guess that makes up for the previous two. Dang it. So we can get rid of the notification. Well, at least it shouldn't be showing up in the thing. So, A11. Woo, A11. If I said A9 could go horribly bad because of a tank not knowing what to do, A11 could just go bad. Partly from tanks not knowing what to do, but it can just go bad. Just poof. Alright, so they accutate her. And no one has tank stance on. Hi! Ow, my face. Alright. So these things have a Flamethrower Attack, which will do a donut sort of AoE. And, okay, I guess we had them in this. I was like, we're done with these. No, we're not. We have them in this tier as well. We're actually done with them after this tier, though. And I see that non-tanks are pulling. That's lovely. Because I know if I don't press the macro, someone's gonna fall. Yeah, so that's the donut AoE. And... Also, apparently Party says hello, YouTube. I'll pass on the message. I've been wanting to reference this song for so long! You don't even know how long I've wanted to reference this song. Oh my god. Okay, well we had the healer decide they were gonna pull. Lovely. Alright, optical sight, I believe is just this. Maybe out of it because people with the markers weren't getting out. Anyways, so that's the first opening of optical sight. After that, we are actually going to want to be closer to the edge. However, first things first, there's an ad, the EDD. We want to take care of this ASAP. Ideally, the off tank is supposed to take it, but yeah. And yeah, I've been wanting to reference this song for so long. You guys don't even know. Yeah, so we need to be out here. Well, he does this attack. Otherwise, you get a vulnerability stack. And now there's going to be a marker on the off-tank. The off-tank needs to run for it. That's a proximity marker. First introduction, I believe, of it. And that was just going to detonate. I don't know what this tank's doing, but it's okay. Spin Crusher is just a tank sort of buster that you can dodge. And now he goes away and it's gonna knock us back. Blast off and open duct. You have to do this, otherwise you will die. Is there anyone left? No one's left, so I don't know if you see it, but yeah, that's why you die. Then you strike zone, ready, and press button. Welcome to QTE to Final Fantasy XIV. Eternal Darkness, he's gonna put a burn effect on the entire ground. Cannot avoid. I still, of course, want to avoid the edge of the arena. Right laser sword, I believe, is going to be followed by a left laser sword. I might be wrong here. No, just a Spin Crusher, okay. Yeah, so there's a few things actually introduced in this tier. That being... Alright, Limit Cut, Invincible. Once he goes invincible, pop to his front and attack this plasma shield. Oh, come on. I am 100% in front of it. What the heck? I call bullshit. I was in front. Alright, so he's still invincible. No, don't flavor! It just did nothing. Also, you don't want to be standing by the tank after that because that happens. Yeah, that happens. Alright. No, don't... Tank! Tank, no! This is a wipe. Optical sight. This is just gonna be... I have a frame marker on me. I'm also tanking! Yeah, this is just a wipe. Alright, so Propeller Wind. Now you want to go behind the things, otherwise it's really bad. And now everyone's confused because no one went behind the things. Welcome to Alexander Tier 11. Yeah, this is frequently how this goes, honestly. I'm a tank. So for this QTE, you can press any button except for enter. Don't press enter. Enter brings up your attack box and will mean you die. You have a fair amount of time to get off of him, but 4 seconds. But yeah, you can press any button, any key. Nothing that brings up the chat box because it doesn't work. That just brings up the chat box. All right, we are immediately going into shield, and I guess we're not going into shield. We're going into Eternal Darkness after the limit cut. It goes invincible and throws me off completely. Alright, there's left laser sword. He might not even honestly do the shield. What he does here is actually somewhat random, as far as I know. It's specific patterns, but, alright, limit cut. We're going shield now. Of course, this actually has, like, corrections on it. I like for those meditated there. I'm hoping there's one attack we do not see here. There's one attack that's pretty nasty, honestly. I kind of just always BS my way through it. Alright, optical sight. This is just gonna be the chasing laser that got me last time. Except I was also tanking the boss, so it wasn't really fair to say. Honestly. Optical sight again. So this one you need to watch how these move. Like so. Propeller. Wind. Ah! Oh, come on. I was back here. So I'm now confused. I can't do anything. And yeah. A11 in a nutshell. Feeling when I haven't had Bishop Fire on. This is getting very not funny, if I'm honest. Alright, shield, round 3. And I'm gonna pull myself over to this side. And there's the chaser. Optical sight, which one is this gonna be? Edge of arena! That got stuff in my way. Ow! Ow! I'm alive! I'm no longer alive because I hit the wrong dang button. Oh, come on! Alright, so 2 people left, and we're now with 2 new people, and let's see how this goes! I'm actually gonna commentate this fight, because maybe we'll actually win this time, maybe. Maybe. Still iffy. No! I was trying to get away from you, ninja! Why? Alright, ad is up. Let's go ahead and take care of the ad. Hank really should be taking this ad, but they aren't. The edge of arena thing should be here. Proximity. The tank actually ran out of way this time. too late. Okay, we are seeing this mechanic I was hoping we didn't see. So Lapis Lazulis, we need to take care of these ASAP. So ideally you focus these down. And as long as they're alive, he is invincible. Hopefully we're seeing that instead of the propeller wind though. Laser. Crusher. Problem is I am kind of out of things to really say. Alright, now we are going to see the shield. Away from tank. And let's get ourselves over here. Alright, optical sight. Which one's gonna be a chasing one. That was not drag away from people. Optical side again. Edge of arena. Alright, propeller, wind. Let's get back here. And we win! Finally. Yeah, that fight can be super nasty. Can be. And was. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Outstanding, Arya! Another Illuminati creation reduced to scrap metal. All ways of the mere sight of you is enough to send the Gaudis scurrying back to the drawing board. There it is, the heart of the beast. Now only now that I see it up close do I comprehend the true scale of the thing. Okay, yes, I get it. To have reached this size in so short a space of time, the core must be taking in ether at a positively ungodly rate. I'd be willing to wager that it can regrow itself faster than we could ever hope to chip away at it. Which means we'll need to change tack. The central control room houses everything required to operate the Colossus. It's not inconceivable that it might offer us a way to regulate or even shut off the flow of ether to the core. Of course, any attempt to control Alexander is doomed to fail without the guidance of the Enigma Codex, and there's only one person alive who can access its secrets. But, Chief, do we really need to drag the poor girl back there? What if she falls into Illuminati hands again? Uplanders waste their tongue flaps. Quick Things has seen future, true future, and it ends badly for Uplanders. Very, very badly. Uplanders think they just lazy walk into central control. Quick thinks not. All passages are sealed, all floaty bars disabled. Only way left open is here through core chamber. And when Uplanders come next, it will be Uplanders end times. Quick Thinks has seen it. Stupid Shinoa! Bad Shinoa! Stupid Shinoa! Mine went away. Bad Shinoa! Stupid creature! What goes on in brain case? Oi, Wedge, is it just me, or are you getting the feeling we've seen all this happen before? No, I mean chat. There we go. Out of chat. It is Watcher Book of Backrix, and look, writing's end where Backrix leaves off, which Noah sends Watcher Book spinny falling from Backrix's fingers. What the? You mean to say that book Quick Thinks has been reading from all this time is your journal? The same journal that slipped from your hands when we travel back in time? So that's how he was able to anticipate our every move. He's no prophet, just a gobby with delusions of grandeur and a diary from the future. So the glorious bleeding future he was always going on about, the one that was read, was nothing but Backrix's record of the stuff we'd already seen? Bugger me, I've just had a thought. Oi, cat, are you Schrodinger from the stop, or are you Quick Thinks it's familiar Shinoa? Twice for yeah. Was it, Chief? That boy didn't know it! She's both! After Schrodinger went tumbling down from the Colossus, and don't ask me how she survived the drop, Quick Things found her, took her in, and gave her a new name. It's like they're two cats, but also one. At the same time! Setting aside for the moment the question of whether or not that even makes sense, what possessed that confounded cat, whatever you want to call her, to do all this in the first place? I swear all she's done is make a right old mess of everything. Now, Wedge, taking out your frustrations on the mule and kitten won't get us any closer to dismantling the core. Getting back to the crux of the matter... Backrix, you said the journal ends right where you left off. Yes, that's it. That's it. That it's nothing but blank pages from that point on? Do you hear that, everyone? Though Quick Thinks would have us believe otherwise, the future from here onward, that is still to be written. I'll be damned if we won't be the ones to write it. Future Book is gone, but no matter, all knowings of true times are safe up here in Quick Thinks' brain case. Quick Thinks' is chosen one mender of history. Truth is unchanging. True times choose Quick Thinks to do their biddings. True times send Shinoa into past, deliver the Quick Thinks knowing to future. True times live inside, guiding all Quick Thinks is doing. Every tongue clap, every busy deal, every brain spark, Quick Thinks brings world closer and closer to perfection. Gods illuminate their rightful places as rulers of new world order. True times will not be unmade by ignorant uplanders. Quick Thinks needs no future book, no gobby girl. Quick Thinks needs nothing and no one but own self. future has chosen and future chooses quick thinks. Yes, even now, power granted by true time's wells from quick thinks' fingertips. Power beyond understanding of Uplander's feeble brain cases. Alexander, Overwatcher of True Times, deliver divine judgment on ignorant Uplanders and crush them out of existence for all times. Let me see if I've got this right. 3 years ago, the Quick Thinks of back then found the journal the Backbricks has now dropped, which was only possible because we traveled into the past with what time being a circle and all that. So he had to look inside and, not knowing the truth of the matter, got it into his head that he was some sort of prophet chosen to set history straight, and that Shanoa, who miraculously delivered the book to him, was a messenger from the future sent to show him the way. That's all well and good, but the question remains. Why did the bloody cat start all this in the first place? What could she possibly stand to gain from setting in motion this ridiculously convoluted series of events? Another answer found, another question raised. Eh, Arya? We get the forward and back again orchestrion. I have the bibliophobia one. I have a few to use. I still wind up Mombrita. Okay, I'm getting rid of this stupid notification now. Hold on. Okay. Notification gone. Judgment Day. Alright, Arya, this is it. We still don't know exactly how we're going to disable the core, but we do know there are only chances to get back to that central control room. We also know there's only one way in, and that Quick Thinks isn't going to let us through without a fight. Now we can be pretty sure he can't see the future. Not anymore, at least. And without Roundrocks to read the Codex for him, he won't be turning back time on us either. But he's still a power-mad maniac with some of the deadliest Machina in the realm at his disposal. And after losing that book of his, I wager his trigger finger's feeling pretty bleeding itchy. We best be ready for a battle and a half. Muscle against metal, man against machine. Gods, I don't even know where to laugh, cry, or soil myself. Mayhap all three. Here comes the chief now. It's time to move out. Time moves on, imperfect past giving way to perfect future. Worthy or unworthy of place in new world order, Alexander will judge. Yes, all is as Quick Thinks proceed. Truth hammer of Alexander falls on Uplanders. Ignorant and unworthy are not welcomed in Illuminati future. Here Uplanders meet their end times. Freeze time field is deactivated! No matter, Outlanders will be reduced to smolder dust! Fire! Seven hells. Now that was a bit too close for comfort. Is everyone alright? A Colossus inside a Colossus? Look, I don't know what that thing was, but I'm pretty damn sure I know where it went. Or more accurately, when. If I'm not mistaken, what we're looking at is a localized distortion of time. Look, you're not the one who almost had your tail singed, okay? The only question is when our metal friend will reappear. Better not to wait, lest it catch us unawares. Arya, need to head into the distortion and dismantle that thing. We'll secure a path to central control while you do. Good luck. Now you really want my tail to get singed, huh? See how it is. Soul of the Creator is now accessible. As there can blah 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 blah. So hello, we're in here. We're actually in Alexander. We can kind of look around. Yay! So there's the core. Hello. There's our distortion. So yeah, this is of course where we fought Cruise Chaser. That's where we jumped in. And let's go. This has some of the best music in the game. I'm just gonna put that out there now. Some of the best music in the game. In fact, I may have got my husband a little hooked on one of the tracks in here. Just one of the tracks. Alexander, the Creator, you who would prove yourself worthy of your utopia, you will be judged. So Alexander does have some frontal tunnels. Mega hit Holy is just a general AoE. And Punishing Heat is gonna be a attack on a person. I think a tank. I think it's a tank buster. I think. Sacrament! We need to go to the part where you see a little gap in his orbs to not get absolutely destroyed here. Mega Holy again. I got a prey on me, Blazing Scourge. Alright, it is ads time. So we have a bunch of ads. I'm apparently going to go against literally everyone else in the group. So ideally the tanks will bring these two groups together. There's six of these particular ones in total. So let's go ahead and take them out. And two more are going to spawn. General's Might, we need to take care of these ones. One tank's trying to take both, honestly, considering I'm playing aggro. And once we take care of these two, or after a certain period of time, I know this way too well, the General's Wings will appear. And once we take care of these 4. Also, No's limit break has filled rather fast. This only means one thing. Tank LB! Hammer Judgment is nigh. Ready your body and soul for divine judgment. Alright, Chrono Foil. He is going to put up a little bit of armor. Not to worry. By armor, I mean wings! Alright, so Temporal Scales Judgment has been verdict nigh. So 2 people get markers. They do not want to stack. The people without markers do want to stack. You'll notice the stack people over there. We will get singular 1s. And he will prepare Sacrament. Go ahead and be out here. Another Mega Holy, and let us be ready for probably the best part. Also this song, I love this song so much. I don't want to talk over it, but I have to talk about the fight. Alright, come on Alex. Come on buddy. Alright, so since I don't have a stack marker, we want to stack this time. Also you can get some funny poses while you're frozen in time here. And literally frozen in time. This part's both are. Alright, Blazing Skirt. Let's get over here. Alright, after this, he is hopefully gonna do the thing. No? Now? Okay, let us go. Be back here. I'm actually just be back here. I could be up there still hitting them. But we want to go into these gates. Each DPS wants to go into one of these. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Looks like, yeah, all DPS and time gates. So now we need to kill these landers. They are actually charging up Alexander. Oh no! What's going on down there? Help! Which side is being fought? I can't tell. Looks like they're all being fought, honestly. So yeah, these are soloable by a DPS. What? Freeze time field is deactivated? No matter, uplanders reduced to smolder dust. Yeah, see, it's this event. We get to relive that! So actually, we went back in time and saved ourselves. Alright, so come back out, invincible. Let's get back to the fight. Yeah, that's probably like the best part, just like the time freeze and ah! I love this fight so much. Just the music. The music is like so well done. Alright, Gravitational Anomaly. We need to watch the floor here. We need to find a safe spot on the floor. Hopefully. Ah! I'm alive! Alright, summon Alexander. This is where it's really gonna get fun. So Alexander isn't Alexander. It's an Alexander. My brain hurts. This is actually relevant. So Mega Holy. So we're gonna have to pay attention to Alexander and Alexander. Yeah, so he's gonna put out these lines. These are going to chase people. People with these lines want to run for it. They're gonna put a persistent effect on the ground. And we have a stack here. Hoping our LB fills during this. Alright, so we now have lines on us. We need to both avoid Sacrament along with that. Alexander Prime! We did it! We cleared Alexander! We beat Alexander in Alexander in Alexander. In Alexander! Yeah. Alexander? Complete. But I actually don't want to just leave here because a minion drops! So let's hopefully get the minion. There's actually another reason I want the minion! It involves an S rank in the next expansion. Yeah. 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 No! I didn't get the minion! Yeah, I actually really want to get this minion in case I do any spawning, S-rank spawning on this character. Ever. Do not disappoint, old friend. The path to the control room is clear. Everyone, follow me. The flow of aether to the core must be stopped. Pray lend us your strength one more time, child. When quick things wind back time, doings of Uplanders will be undone. History will be rewritten, and Illuminati will rule over New World Order. Ha! If you think you can take round drops from us, you're welcome to try. Foolish Uplanders. Knowings of the Enigma Codex are not known to just one. What in the damn thing's responding to him? Uplanders are slow seeing. Quick things never need a gobby girl from beginning. When the final core is activated and Alexander fully awakens, its power will be such that it could entirely consume any who sought to control it. You were too craven to risk your own life until you had no choice. Treasure Hunter? But Treasure Hunter is too slow coming. Future has chosen. You poor deluded fool. You never did work it out, did you? The future doesn't choose us. We choose the future. Why couldn't you have done that about 11 tiers ago? Now, child. So knowledge of the Enigma Codex allowed you to disable the core. Power stores are depleting rapidly. Without a steady supply of ether, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing grinds to a halt and fades away. Groundruff is glad to see Treasure Hunter safe, but how is Treasure Hunter sneaky hiding from Illuminati? I don't know. There was a great shaking. I was thrown from my feet into some dark, cramped place. Must have lost consciousness because I don't remember anything until a few moments ago. Sounds to me like you had a nice nap in the rubbish chute. But what matters is that you're safe. And with that, I think we can declare this operation a success. Oh, hello. Let's escape! No. I feel the presence of the horn beneath us. It and the core have become one, forming an instrument of unbridled destruction. If we don't stop the core now, it will soon grow beyond the ability of anyone to contain. It's little wonder our foe is low to reach out to it with his own hand. It would seem our work here is done. Let us take our leave. Oh, come on. Damn it all. Didn't we kill that bastard? Negative. Quick Things better built own body. Made stronger than ordinary gombi. Quick Things is not unmade by simple flesh wound. Better built? Seven hells, that's not a mask. It's his face. He's more Machina than Goblin. Oh, Alexander, Lord of Steel and Worldly Cogs, outspread wings of time, let ignorant and unworthy feel divine judgment. The Codex responds. He means return to the past. Access denied? What means this? This wreck, though. Alexander is refusing to obey his commands? Alexander, don't break the chain! Quick Things is chosen one-ton class of Quick Things must be obeyed! It would seem Alexander has achieved what a simple flesh wound could not. Quick Things is permanent? Deactivation. Quite how and why is less clear. If I didn't know better, I would say the machine had a mind of its own. Diane? My love, could it truly be you? You were in there all this time, weren't you? Watching over me, keeping me safe. Did it just blink twice? Bugger me, the machines were actually talking to her. So his soul really wasn't the primal all this time? Chief, is that even possible? The core. Without the Codex to bridle its power, it rages out of control. It drinks an aether like no primal I've ever known. We must stop it now, lest Eorzea be bled dry. Finally, I see. This is why you summoned me to this place, isn't it, my love? I thank you for guiding me here, Arya. And Ronrox, know that I shall always treasure the time we shared. Farewell, my friends. Mine, no! Mine must not go! My friends, leave this place. Leave now! Fear not. Alexander will trouble you no longer. My love, what is this place? How best to put it? We stand inside the mathematical simulation, calculated and projected by the device at the heart of the Colossus. One might equally say it is the dream that Alexander dreams. And whatever companions, are they? Their fate was not mine to change mine. All that came to pass did so for a reason. History is as it was, as it should be, free of the paradoxes that spelled its undoing. From this place, unfettered by the mortal construct of time, Alexander looks out upon past, present, and future, seeing infinite possibilities. I see what it sees and feel what it feels. This perfect machine, born from yearnings for an ideal world. Oh, if you could see the worlds we have seen. A world in which the Illuminati ruled history with an iron fist, every nation brought under their yoke. A world in which Alexander spread wide the wings of time and slipped the lesser moon from the heavens, averting the calamity. Alexander dreamed all the realities imaginable, all the realities mathematically computable. In the end, reached a single logical conclusion. It would change nothing and erase itself from existence. But why? Alexander possesses the power to travel through time and space and reshape history for the better. But such power comes at great cost. The sheer quantity of ether consumed in the process means that Alexander itself would, mayhap not immediately, but inevitably, bring ruin to this world. This perfect machine, this supreme manifestation of logic and science, deemed its own existence a threat. And so it chose to do nothing. to leave his history untouched and the future in the hands of men with all his imperfections. Yeah, it's getting late. I can't talk. Such was Alexander's divine judgment. A day will come when the fate of this world is placed in the hands of one warrior, monk. But for reasons hidden to me, the future from that day forth remains shrouded in mystery, beyond even the Colossus' ability to calculate. And yet Alexander chose to believe in that woman and the light within her. I met that woman, my love. I believe in her too. There was but a single time Alexander was spurred to action. Not to change history, but to preserve it. The summoning of the Colossus and the events that followed had potentially disastrous consequences for our reality. Its fabric strained to accommodate an infinite number of potential futures separated by nary a thread. Were the wings of time to fall into the hands of the Illuminati, the repercussions would be dire indeed. History would be rewritten over and over again, each time bleeding the land of Ether. And in the end, the Colossus would usher in another calamity. To prevent this tragedy, to preserve the circle of time as it already had been set in motion, Alexander sent forth a humble servant to do its bidding. A clockwork coral, an eternal child, gently nudged history back onto its proper path. And now but one task remains. Having become one with the horn, the core is well nigh indestructible. It only regrow itself until it bled the world dry, so we must heed Alexander's wish and seal the way, far from the reach of man. A closed pocket of space-time, a fraction of an instant that will repeat in perpetuity for all eternity. That is where the core must go, and us with it. Don't you see, my love? You're already there. In coming here, to you, I have closed the circle of time. I'm all but certain of it. When I accepted the horn all those years ago, the man who gave it to me said that it had the powers to grant any wish. And so, as I took it in hand, I prayed and prayed with every ounce of my will for the one true desire in my heart. To be with you. Forever. Okay, game, anytime you can load now. Okay, for real, you can load anytime now. Jeebus! Runrocks is back in Idleshire with the chief. Everyone's safe and sound, except for mine, that is. The poor lass always had a flair for the dramatic. But to think she threw herself into the core? It's odd, though. I could have sworn I heard her voice in there saying the Colossus would trouble us no more. Something of the sort. And for what it's worth, it has been sleeping like a baby ever since we got out. That's not the half of it. Take a closer look inside the barrier, Arya. It's like time is standing still. Buggered if I know what it all means, but I'd like to believe that might and her love somehow seal away the core for us. Softens the blow a bit, you know? Yay, we get Rise! Oh my gosh, it's so late, but I want to finish the story. So, real quick, this is the minion you get, the toy Alexander. Fortunately, it is currently nighttime in game, so it's a little dark. But yep, there it is, toy Alexander. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that's a lot of orchestrions. Alright. Beginnings and endings. Phew, I'm not sure how we managed it, but I'm just happy to be out of that godforsaken place in one piece. Of course, it's a damn shame what happened to Maid. Hold on a moment, Arya. She's what? Aye, Chief. Leave it to us. Holy hells, Arya. Runrocks has gone missing. I've been worried sick about the poor lass ever since we got back. I mean, how would you feel if you saw your best friend throw herself into a running engine? I'll wager she's run off somewhere the two of them used to frequent together. Wedge and I will have a look around here. Why don't you search the collector's quarter? Come on, let's find her before she gets herself into any more trouble. Oh, it is Uplander. Why does Uplander come to this place? Runrocks is sorry for worrying Uplanders. Runrocks just wants to go to a quiet place and do some back thinking. Running out of giant of whirlycogs, Runrocks feels something rattling in pocket. So Runrocks reaches in and can't believe what she finds. Rattling thing is glowstone. Runrocks' favorite is treasure. But it is dark. Even with many trying, glowstone does not glow for Runrocks. Not anymore. There you are, child. We were worried sick about you. What's that, Arya? Is aught amiss? The Codex no longer responds to her touch? Intriguing, if not entirely surprising. Were I to guess, I would hazard that it's because this experience has served to open her eyes. The Enigma Codex was born of one man's all-consuming pursuit of perfection, its knowledge sealed off from any who harbored even a sliver of doubt as to the merits of the ideals it espoused. Quick things, mind, in her youth, Runrocks, though their reasons might differ, arrogance, youthful idealism, childish innocence, none thought to question the words within, and so the Codex opened itself to them. But now Runrocks to see with her own eyes what blind devotion to ideals can bring. Oh. And she is not the naive child she was before. Aye, it's all well and good to dream of building something perfect, but sooner or later you have to stop dreaming and start doing, hammering together by your own hand with your own blood, sweat, and tears. In so doing, you are forced to confront your failings and deal with your frustration at the world's unfortunate habit of falling below expectations. Hells, there may come a time when you just want to tear the whole bloody thing apart and start again. But more often than not, you emerge from it all with something you can hold on to and carry with you into the future. And that will do a damn sight more for you than any starry-eyed ideal. Runrocks understands! Runrocks collect more and more junk! Build city of great treasures with own hands. Runrocks just has just one wish. Not glowing glowstone is peace of mind's dream. Round rocks would give back to mind. The noble wish child would that we could grant it, but I fear the steel giant and all that lies within that barrier is far beyond the reach of mortal hands. Frozen in a single moment until the end of time, that's a fate I'd not wish on anyone. Well, look who it is! You have a real knack for turning up underfoot, don't you? I'm reminded of the apparent ease with which this little coral seemed to slip in and out of the Colossus, were not for the small matter of time having stopped in there and sent her in with Romrox's glowstone without a moment's hesitation. Mew mew! 2 mews? Might that suggest a willingness to try? Mew! Mew! Giving a stone to a cat in hopes of delivering it to 2 souls trapped in time. Now, I think we've seen everything. Do you think those 2 will ever be free of that place? Mayhap one day, when the perfect future they sought to bring about becomes a reality. In that sense, one might even say their fate is in our hands. Leave to Round Rocks. Round Rocks looks hard. Builds sparkly, shining future for mine. As shall we, child. And with that, Arya, we must take our leave. For all you have done to stave off yet another primal threat, you have our gratitude. I contacted Biggs and Wedge to let them know they can call off the search. Needless to say, they were relieved to hear that Round Rocks is safe. There was also a matter they were looking to discuss with you. They said they'd be waiting for you back at the shortstop. If you will be returning to the shortstop, I would ask a small favor of you as well. Pray deliver this volume to Backrix and tell him I believe it is that which he seeks. Till next we meet, Arya. All right. I'm here like, yeah, I want to start recording shorter videos, sorta. So it's not like as much of a strain on my hard drive. And what do? Lock up videos. Though Round Rocks is safe at shortstop and Backrocks is easy breathing. Uplanders have think of Backrix. Uplanders bring present for Backrix? This is Charlie and Legend Book from Ishtola. Backrix has waited for Legend Book for a long time. Backrix has been reading about many things. About Enigma Codex and blue-haired Uplander that writes it. Maybe these knowings will save Gobbyflock from Giant of Whirlycox, thanks Backrix. Now Giant of Whirlycox sleeps and Gobbyflock is safe, but still, Backrix would fill a brain case with knowings, fill pages of lecture book with data. Let Backrix see. Yes, it is just as Backrix. Are Backrix's eyes playing tricks on him? Oi, are you feeling alright there? You look like you've seen a ghost. Ugh. Page tells the very legend of Hawk Ghost Tribe, Uplanders with blue hair. Many years ago, in old times, 2 children, boy and girl, outstepped from belly of great steel giant. 2 children grow to man and woman, becoming father and mother of great people of Hotgo. Names of 2 are Dian and Mide. Look at hand drawing. Even faces are same looking. Egads! If that's our Mide and Dian, why that means one day they'll be freed from their fate and reborn far in the past. So after searching for near an eternity, they finally found the perfect world they were searching for? It may be just a fairy tale, but I, for one, would like to believe it. Fairy legend goes on. 2 children step out of steel giant holding small stone. Stone is dark when sitting on ground, but holds stone in hand and shiny lights. Glowstone of round rocks. Let me see if I have this right. The Codex fragment you gave to that coral a few moments ago now features in the legend from ages past. This can't be possible. Can it? At this point, I'm about ready to believe in anything. That reminds me, there was something I wanted to ask you, Arya. Remember when we went into the core and almost got our arses fried by the Colossus inside the Colossus? Well, I felt the strangest sensation then, a feeling that chilled me to the bone, as if something terrible had happened I couldn't for the life of me remember. I felt it too. So tell us, did you see anything when you were going in and out of time? Do you have any idea what happened to us when Quick Thinks was spinning the hands of the clock? I'm afraid I do. You're afraid you do? Well, that's not honest in the least. On second thought, how about you don't tell us? Thank you very much. You'll get no arguments from me. There are some secrets better left secret, and from the look on Arya's face, I reckon this is one of them. Anyway, it seemed this long and thorough, the mind-boggling battle of ours has finally come to an end. Of course, there's still plenty of work to be done, but now that Quick Thinks is out of the picture, I've got high hopes that Round Rocks and her friends will one day build a shining kingdom of rubbish and refuse. Speaking of work, we better get back to it before the chief catches us chattering. Always a pleasure, Arya. Till next time! We now get a ton of Orchestrions! Basically all of the ones from Alexander. Oh my goodness. Goodness me. Let's use these all because... Oh my gosh. There's a delay on using items like this. Alright. Let's head to Mordona real quick. One more thing! One more thing. I think this is where we unlock Savage. I think. Song of Steam and Steel. The whispering wind bear tales of an adventurous daring do unto mine insatiable ears. But one episode in particular whetted mine appetite. Did you perchance encounter Colossus of Steam and Steel in Dravania? Ah, so it's true. Pray speak on them, friend. I would hear more of your trials and tribulations within the towering automaton. A god born of goblin prayer? A sill upon legs whose very life spelled death to all without? How marvelous! My muse stirs at the mention of such wonders and moves me to song. Hearken now unto your own tale, brave hero. Oh, friends far and near, I challenge you all to think of a marvel so strange or so tall, a steely-skinned giant whose veins coursed with steam, and whose bright burnished bosom at foul goblins did scheme. A heaven to they who therein did dwell, but one whose mere being made all else a hell. Forsooth he could not well be left to abide, so into his huge hand a hero did strive, and battled through legions to reach his hard heart, conspiring at last to rend it apart. His core being no more, the giant fell still, though the goblins remained there to plot for their ill. Ah, my muse has left me, but tell me true, did I capture the essence of your journey? Well, a poet must change one or two details for dramatic effect. A ballad should rouse its audience, not send them to sleep after all. Pray accept my humble verse into your heart. Songs that give the listeners fresh eyes to see, and mayhap mine own will allow you to look upon your deeds anew. So just grab them all. A refrain for the undaunted. A wondrous tale is on the lips of every adventurer in this tavern, the details of which even I scarce believe. They say that within the resting relic which straddles the Thaliac, a hero met with a company of warriors wrought from solid steel. Aha, I rather thought it might be you. And you say you cross swords with these dread automata? Splendid, tell me everything. Let me hear the sounds of battle echoing throughout the giant's iron innards. Your story stirs my muse from her slumber. To think the goblins would contrive mechanical soldiers that could themselves combine to form a veritable walking fortress. And within the walking fortress, no less. The tales of my boyhood were not half as fascinating. Your tale reminds me of another, that of three great kings, Alexander, Midas, and Gordius, whose names must by now seem rather familiar. Covetous to the core, they spent their lives in the fever of conquest, never for a moment satisfied with their lot. Then ambulating paradise of wisdom and erudition should honor their memory as curious indeed, can only assume that the genius who conceived it was possessed of a wicked sense of humor. Oh, a story so steeped in myth could scarce fail to stir the spirit of song with me. Lend me your ear, friend. I might regale you with a tale of your own adventure. In the giant's iron inners, the goblins did toil, though through sunrise and sunset, intruders to foil, till the limbs of their lodging did chance to awake, a path for warriorless heroes to make. And thus did she aim for the beast's second heart, cleaving both it and its keepers apart. Yet in spite of her triumph, the goblins all laughed, and by means lost to meaning and victory basked. Yeah, the steel giant was far more than it seemed, with power beyond knowing, potential ungleamed. And thus was our hero compelled to withdraw, resolved to return and do battle once more. There, a courageous struggle rendered in the naive style, recalling the fantastical tales of youth. But tell me, true, did I capture the spirit of your journey? I took certain liberties, of course, but then such poems must do more than simply portray an event. They must tantalize the senses and stimulate the imagination. The hymn of battle is as old as time itself. The song from the heart can inspire even the meekest soul to greatness. How do I think the poem will end? I was hoping you might tell me. Suffice it to say, I very much look forward to finding out. One more. Who lives, who dies, who retells your story? Well met, friend. Might you perchance be able to shed some light on the most remarkable rumor that has reached mine ears? That of a time-straddling hero who did rescue the Gobbleflock of Idleshire from the future most dire? Ah, but the 12 smile upon me today. 'Tis a stirring tale indeed, and one made more affecting by the manner in which you tell it. A struggle for the future so grand as to span the boundaries of time and space. Would I have been there to witness it with mine own eyes. I must say, mine interest was especially piqued by the part about turning back time. If I understand correctly, had you triumphed over the giant only for the goblins to reverse the flow of time, thereby compelling you to do battle over and over and over again, the primal's power would have grown to nigh infinite proportions. We must all thank the 12 that you and your companions were able to break this vicious cycle, As a performer, I must confess to some curiosity, however, how the final battle with such a foe might unfold. Not that I want for inspiration, of course. Your tale is more than sufficient. Why, even now my muse stirs within me. Hearken unto her song. In the beast of the giant, a crystal did stand, whose hunger for ether spelled death for the land. And thus did our hero swear never to cease, till she torn out the heart of the great metal beast. Yet for all her labors, both bruising and brave, the goblin stood poised to make history their slave. The giant, however, had plans of its own, and plucked from the goblins their dream of a home. For it saw but one way to set history right. A champion of ages, a hero of light. So the giant now sleeps as it did once before, in a moment repeated forever and more. You will forgive me if I took certain liberties in retelling your tale. My audience are a demanding lot, and they have come to expect a certain grandeur from my work. My only regret is that I was not able to weave every remarkable detail of this most improbable adventure of yours into my humble composition. Of particular interest to me was the recurring theme of desires and dreams, and the power they may come to hold. Though I possess no ancient relic to grant form to one's wishes, might it not be said that music had a similar power, albeit a more intangible sense? Should your travels chance to take you back to the scene of your triumph, pray with effect on your adventures with my song in your heart, you may yet be surprised by what you see. So, real quick, as I'm here unlocking Savage, this is actually the mounts you get from A12S. From Alexander, Soul of the Creator, Savage. Unfortunately, it doesn't play Rise, it plays the song from the first half. That's the bad part of the mount. Anyways. Let's go unlock these and then call it good, because oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like Kickstand's guard over Giant Whirlycogs, none shall pass, none shall pass. Many shall have a very itchy nose suddenly. So is a Midas Savage unlocked? I'm doing this order because why not? Thanks to the poetical outpourings of the Wandering Minstrel, you can now relive your foray into Midas. Uplander wants to go inside. Is curiosity not sated? Red bricks will give guidance, but beware that the giant is sleeping, not dead. So that's Glorious Savage unlocked. And okay, now it's apparently favoring this mount. First rule of Gubby Watchguard, keep steady nerves at all times. Second rule of Gubby Watchguard, if danger comes to Gubby, ignore first rule. It makes Speedy fast. Creator Savage, now accessible. Whew. And with that, I am officially going to call it good there. In the next part, we will hopefully get that Sophia Extreme done. Otherwise... Oh, come on! I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Blah, blah, blah. Description, etc., etc. I want to try and get in this group, but I don't want to do it in this video. Bye!